Hey, it's Traci Brown, body language expert and behavior analyst. Let's put all of my training alongside military and police in deception detection to use for you. Here's what you need to know from the news recently. I got a few stories for you. Stay tuned. You're going to love it. Hey, there was some trouble out at the Denver airport. Someone went crazy over at Southwest. Were they really crazy? Maybe, but I think if you give it a look, there's some things that we can learn about human behavior here. So take a look at this and stay tuned for my analysis.
You guys feel safe? Get sued, bitch. I swear to God. Yeah, report me.
10 inches or more.
How dare you treat me this way? How dare you? Who are you? I ask you, why is our plane late? Why are not we boarding? Can you tell me that I can't board now? Because I question why is it late? Because we have a schedule. Where's the camera? Roll it back, please.
B1 through 30.
You're shaking. Come and recognize me, please. Come. Who's gonna come? Who's gonna come and get you fired? Because this is not okay. This is not okay. I asked you, why is our plane not boarding? And you told me that I'm kicked off because you have a full flight and you need to give the seat to someone else? That's exactly what happened. Where are they?
Definitely having a bad moment here with this flight delay. And she's doing something really interesting. When we get stressed, when we feel under attack, you've probably heard fight or flight response. There's another couple that have come to light. So it's fight, flight, freeze, or Chase Hughes says film, which is what she's doing, fighting and filming. So some of this is for show, and you see every so often she cracks a smile there. So she is having a good time with this. Now, she is looking around for confirmation. She's trying to build a crowd to get support. So she's not all on her own. And then she starts talking about how they can breathalyze her. Well, that is a little bit like when you hear these folks, they're like, I'll take a polygraph. Like, no one asked. And I guarantee you she's probably going to get a breathalyzer, but it shows a defense. And if you notice, if you want to see like real anger or real rage, which I think we are a little bit here, he like it's not 100% for show. You look at her like energy, okay? So it slowly builds, right? And then every so often, like that anger builds, the rage builds, and then it drops off a cliff. And that's how you know, like you can't turn emotions on and off like a switch, which is what we're seeing here. So that's how we know that there's some show going on. And then she does that town crier thing. Why not are we boarding, right? Or something along those lines. She gets her words out of order. And when you go into a lot of stress, when you go into a lot of constructing, you are in cognitive overload. And when that happens, your communication can become affected. It can become impacted. And so that's how you get these like backwards word order and things like that. Because she's actually not an English town crier, but she kind of goes into that. And then all of a sudden, she's super calm when the cops show up, right? So again, she's turned that emotion off like a switch. So that's how you know, like there's some acting going on. Definitely, I think it comes out of a time of stress, and ain't nobody supporting her. So I hope that you all have safer and more calm travels than what she's having, and I guarantee you're gonna have a better Thanksgiving than she's having too. So when you want to know more cool tips like this, go to my profile, the first link here under the red arrow. That's my newsletter. And I'll send you tips like this and a lot more in your inbox once a month. Now you know. Happy Thanksgiving. TB out. Erika Kirk did an interview with Megyn Kelly at their big event in Phoenix. I think there's something that we can learn about Erika from just one thing that she does. So take a look at this and stay tuned for my analysis.
Kelly's memorial, right across the way here, there was that extraordinary moment where you forgave his accused killer. And I looked and I said, that's the most powerful, strongest thing I've ever seen anybody do in my life. And then somebody helped me understand, because I thought I could never do it. I could never do it. And somebody said to me, forgiveness is an action, not an emotion. And I was like, okay, that's getting me closer to feeling like I could do it. If I don't actually have to feel loving in my heart toward the person. But I wonder, like, how do you, like, if you could say something to him, if you say something to his parents, like, what would it be? Would it be anger? Would it be sympathy? What would it be?
That's a good question. It wouldn't be sympathy. It wouldn't be anger. How do you put this? Anything that I could ever wish upon him or that family would pale in comparison of the justice of God. And so I would look at them almost like, I'm so glad I'm not you.
Okay, now this is really important if you're really wanting to learn how to read body language, because you've probably seen those eye pattern charts, and they say if you look to the viewer's left, you are constructing. Now, lying can be constructing, but also trying to think up an answer can be constructing. And so we see her look to our left exclusively as she's trying to come up with an answer, okay? And her eyes are in the middle, okay? If her eyes were, which means she's trying to think about how this would sound. If her eyes were up, it would be that she's looking for something like a vision of how this would be. Or if she's looking down, it could be, not all the time, but it could be that she's looking for feelings. And so here we have her very distinctly trying and failing to come up with how this would sound. Now, does this make her bad? No. Does it make her wrong? No. Does it make her lying? No. I think she's genuinely trying to figure this out. We're getting a picture into how she processes information, and she doesn't come up with an answer that's really all that powerful or all that good. I don't know that any of us could, but I want you to pay attention to this in your own life. When you see it, you're going to know what's going on. Now, when you want to know more, go up here to my profile, the first link under the red arrow. That's my newsletter. I'll send you tips like this and a lot more in your inbox once a month when you sign up. TV out. Well, the Saudi Crown Prince got a meeting with Donald Trump, and he got asked some pretty pointed questions about killing a journalist and some human rights and things like that. Some of you all asked me to analyze his response. Y'all, I finally found the video. Oh boy, we got a good one here. Take a look at this and stay tuned for my analysis.
U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval Office. Why should Americans trust you? Who are you with? And the same to you, Mr. President.
No, who are you with?
I'm with ABC News, sir.
You're with who?
ABC News, sir.
Fake news. ABC fake news. One of the worst in the business. But I'll answer your question. As far as this gentleman is concerned, he's done a phenomenal job. You're mentioning somebody that was extremely controversial. A lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about. Whether you like him or didn't like him, things happen. But he knew nothing about it. And we can leave it at that. You don't have to embarrass our guest by asking a
Did you see that response? Okay, so he's pretty disengaged until Trump says this guy knew nothing about it. And then all of a sudden, he perks up. And we saw that big smile. Do you see that smile? But more than that, we see his chin go up. And what that does is show a couple of things. One, he's being vulnerable with this part of himself, like through your neck. That's where all your nerves go. That's where your blood goes. It's where your breathing goes. And so it's our most sensitive spot. Like if a tiger was coming in your room, wherever you are, and going to attack you, this is where they'd go first. But he was comfortable enough to show that part of himself. And then, as a result of this whole cluster, his chin goes up. So he's actually looking down on those around him. So, does one of these things say guilt or not? It says happiness, it says pride, it says safety and security. You can add in the rest of what you think that means from there. But wow, what an interesting display. And when you want to know more, go up here to my profile, the first link under the red arrow. That's my newsletter. You can sign up there. I'll send you tips like this and a lot more in your inbox once a month. And my next newsletter, it goes out tomorrow, which is Tuesday. So now you know, TB.